Joining me now is Reform UK Councillor Darren Grimes. Darren, good to see you. Gee, I thought we're in trouble over here in Australia when it comes to racing to net zero, but it looks like the UK is going broke and backwards as well in its race to renewables.
Absolutely, Danica. Great to be with you. Look, the cost of going green, right? That's what they say this is. Well, I don't think it is, Danica. I think actually this is the cost of fanaticism. This is an ideological push to make the poor poorer and colder. So the National Energy System Operator, or NESO it's called, they've said the quiet part out loud that you and I have been saying for quite some time on this, that Ed Miliband, the minister in charge, his ideology, well, it has a price tag, and that's 500 quid a year for every single family, every single household in the United Kingdom. Now, that's in the middle of a cost of living crisis, and the Labour Party are basically happy for there to be a green luxury tax on working class families, not benefits claimants, not illegal migrants, but those in work, to meet a target that is so extreme that the rest of the world is frankly laughing all of the way into their petrol and diesel cars, whilst we all shiver and all the rest of it. China is building a new coal power plant every single week, but we're asking pensioners and all the rest of it to shell out more money on their energy bills that they're struggling to pay, so Ed Miliband and the Labour Party can feel more virtuous at their next climate summit. It's a con. That's why they call it COP. It's so close to con, it's absurd. It's economic suicide dressed up as environmental policy. And I find it all grotesque, to be perfectly frank with you, Danica.
I think it's an ominous warning to us. So we're also on the renewables-only magic carpet ride and going broke and backwards in the process. Darren, this was an extraordinary investigation by The Telegraph. Migrant crossings in the English Channel in small boats are now bringing heroin into Britain because they're getting in for free. There's some sort of deal going on. Tell us more.
Yeah, it's true. So a big expose on as you well know, we have a major crisis at the southern border that none of the politicians, that's Conservative or Labour politicians, seem to be willing to do anything about. It's reached this stage because we have a ferry service for these criminals, what are criminals, who are breaking our laws. We used to talk about this in the terms of humanitarian crisis, but actually this is a logistics chain for international cartels. Whilst Donald Trump is smashing the gangs in Venezuela and all the rest of it, we're basically saying come one, come all to those who want to bring Class A drugs into our country, acting for as a taxi service for the product. We're merging human trafficking with heroin smuggling in a 2-for-1 deal for these gangs. That's the absurdity that we've got going on here, and it's importing misery direct to our streets, as well as a lack of safety for women and girls. It is the most absurd state of affairs for a country that used to manage the world from Whitehall. We've become a total joke, Danica.
Yeah, absolutely, Darren. It's extraordinary. And also, what happens when those drugs reach the shore? I mean, it's just so dangerous for so many reasons. Darren Grimes, we've got to leave it there. Nice to see you as always. Thanks very much for joining me.